Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. So today's video is a little bit special. Not so much vlogging all the time. Most of this video is just going to be taken up by an interview I am doing with one of you guys. So in a couple of days ago, I don't know if you guys remember, but I had a contest where basically you guys had to comment on the video and I chose one person to do basically a live consulting call free of charge. Like normally I'd put it in my starter pack, but for now I figured let's make those consulting calls a little bit more knowledgeable, because over time I've kind of seen a repetitive nature of questions that from one consulting call to another. So if this is able to help you in any way, which I know a lot of you will, this is a very young, motivated young man that I'm going to be speaking to, but I'll let him introduce himself. And so I don't really know how long this is going to go, but I'm going to be filming the whole thing. Hopefully the audio will be okay. I'm just going to be filming me answering the questions, kind of like an Ask Gary Vee style. I'm going to be FaceTiming him, but you won't really see him. You'll just hear his questions in audio. So with that said, let's give him a call. This kid. What is up? I had to film the whole like calling you just to make it look a little bit cinematic. So hold on one sec. Okay, hold on one sec. Just make sure the audio is all the way up. So how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
I just wanted to say I've been watching your videos for like the past month and it's really helped me a lot.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I know you have a channel yourself, don't you actually?
Yes.
I've actually watched, I think, 2 of your videos. They're actually pretty cool. I don't know how you do those animations and stuff like that, but
yeah,
they've been unique, so it's pretty cool.
Thanks.
And how old are you?
15.
15, alright. I wish I knew about this when I was 15. People, all these old balls always come to me saying like, yo, like when the iPhone 3s were out, the iPhone 4s, like they were killing it with like $200 profits and like none of these insurance scams or anything like that, so... I mean, it's never too late, so this isn't going anywhere. That's honestly why I love it so much. Is like, I mean, it's not going to be something probably I or you do for forever, but I mean, it's a great way to just build your capital, whether you're going to use it to invest in other businesses, the stock market, whatever it may be, right? So, what do you like? How did you end up getting into it? Did you find the channel? Did you know about it from somewhere else?
It all started because I actually found this channel. You're probably familiar with it, Win at Life with Dave.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I started watching some of those videos, and then I kind of expanded, and now I mainly watch your channel. I watch other channels as well.
Yeah, there's a couple of us, right?
Yeah. So, should I get right into it?
Yeah, let's get right into it. So.
All right. So, have you ever done any like deals with private sellers? Like, to put it in perspective, like on OfferUp, like do they have like shipping? Have you ever done that, or do you know how to do that safely?
So for OfferUp, I've actually never done the shipping feature. I'm pretty skeptical in terms of like investing and stuff. So for me, like it's cool because it says there's only about a 7.9% fee, which could be better than eBay. The only reason I haven't tried it yet is solely because I don't know how the returns work, because obviously we're in this, like there's a lot of potential for returns with phones that we buy and sell, given fact that we check them pretty well. But for OfferUp, I honestly wouldn't recommend it, especially at your point. I mean, just stick with local, and if you're gonna go outside, I'd recommend eBay. Obviously you're already doing, but also try Mercari. And Mercari is pretty cool because if they don't say anything about the phone in 3 days, there's no possibility of return. So that's a really cool feature. Like eBay is pretty much like if the phone ever goes bad within like 6 months, you can get kind of caught back and have a return on you, and obviously that affects your seller status. Whereas Mercari, there's not really a seller status. I mean, you have reviews and stuff like that, but I think that's probably the best 2 options.
Yeah, and OfferUp has like only a 10% fee, while eBay has like a 13% as well, right?
Yeah, I guess with like the PayPal and stuff like that, so it works out pretty well that way. Mercari's around the same as OfferUp as well, so.
Yeah, And what time, like, for you was the most effective to post Craigslist and OfferUp ads? Like, what time was the best for you?
Yeah, so
before work for most people.
Yeah, for Craigslist ads, I post right when I wake up. Honestly, it's pretty much like I wake up around 6:30, so I'll post them because I don't like. Most people don't know, but it basically takes Craigslist like an hour to really like take the ad, and it's almost like ranking the ad in a sense. So for it to really process it, make sure it's good, make sure it doesn't get flagged by Craigslist itself, it takes about an hour. And you probably noticed, like when you put up a Craigslist ad, like I've maybe had somebody come to me in the first 30 minutes, but it usually takes about an hour to really cook up, and then if it stays up, it stays up, and you're probably gonna get traction for a couple days. But for me, like that's probably the best for OfferUp. I mean, for Craigslist, and I'll also post probably around like 3, 4, because most people get out of work around 5 p.m. So like I'm trying to catch that crowd as well, people that didn't see it in the morning. And if my ads got flagged by competition or Craigslist, I have another chance during the later part of the day, because again, it'll take that hour, so it'll start to get traction around 5. So
yeah. And is there like a limit for how many ads you post on Craigslist?
No, there isn't. So like I mean I don't go. I know like people at Winning Life with Dave are saying like they post 60 Craigslist and ads like 100 ads. I only put like 2 or 3 in the morning and 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and that's sometimes stretching it. I mean, if I have 1 or 2 that stay, and I won't go put up another one an hour later since it wasn't taken down. I mean, it only takes 1 or 2 Craigslist ads to really get somebody to click on it. It doesn't take 100. I mean, yeah, you could flood the page, but I mean, most people that go to Craigslist, you're not going to be the only person they reach out to. They're going to reach out to those 3, 4 other ads just to see, obviously, if you're in their position, you want to get the best price. So, I mean, putting 100 and stuff like that is not necessary, but there is no limit, even though it says like 2 per 48 hours, something like that, but no. So.
All right, so the next thing I wanted to go into is kind of different, but I was kind of wondering, how much money do you actually have to like make phone flipping to pay taxes? Like, I was wondering about that.
So there obviously isn't really a set amount, but I mean, if you're just starting out, if you're doing under probably about $1,000 a month, I wouldn't form an LLC, because obviously that's what taxes are, is you have to form an LLC. In profit, I'm saying 1,000. If you don't do anything above that, honestly, I mean, it's mainly a cash business, and if you don't have an LLC necessarily, like if you file some amount on eBay, I think it's like $10,000 a year, which I mean, if you do the $1,000 a month, they're gonna send you the W whatever form anyway. So it doesn't, like, that's the way you'll pay taxes anyways. I mean, you're probably 90% going through eBay, so.
Yeah, most of my sales are with eBay.
Yeah, so if you reach that amount, that's where you'll get taxed. But if you want, I mean, like for me, obviously I'm doing this full time, so I had to, because or else the IRS probably wouldn't be I wouldn't be their favorite person, so. But it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah. And do they actually track your profit? It's kind of hard to like.
Yeah. So like for me, I'm actually like just like it takes 14 weeks for me to get my LLC, and like I still have not received the actual LLC yet. So. Like I am just going through QuickBooks. You just put in what you bought it for, what you sell it for, and then you just take the profit. That's it. Like there's no way, they're not saying which type of phone you're buying, what time you're buying it, who you're buying it from. As long as you're paying the sales tax and on that profit and just the regular tax, you're fine. So. Yeah.
So the next question I have is, what tips do you have for like negotiating for phones? Because like a lot of times, like I'll lowball people that come to me, like everyone does, and they sometimes just get angry and stop messaging me.
Yeah.
Should I ask them to name a price first, or like would that be a better?
So for me, what I've always done, obviously, you know, I've bid on every single phone, but for negotiating, it's a hit or miss. Like obviously. Like I don't waste my time. I'm obviously just gonna give a price I want. I don't care if it's a low ball or not, even if it's $200 or $500, because sometimes people just don't know the value, and if you can convince them, they sometimes will take your price. Very rare, but sorry, I was losing my train of thought. But like for negotiating, like don't waste your time with people that Like if you are $300 less than the price and they go down by 50 bucks, I just want you to message them back, save your time. But if you just really have to, in my conversations, I always try to leverage that they get the cash, one, now, quick. Two, I can meet pretty much, I mean, I do this full time, so I can meet literally any time past a certain point, like before 7 at least. But like always just try to show them the value that you're gonna getting the cash now. So a lot of people will say, oh, but I mean, this pawn shop is gonna give me $260 and I'm offering $200. I'm like, yeah, great. I mean, you're probably gonna have to, one, file taxes on that sale. Two, you're gonna have to give your ID and everything like that, and like, or you can just get quick cash from me right now and you'll never hear from me again. So that's a pretty cool part about what we do, is we're not an official shop or anything like that, and you don't have to pay fees on us, which in a pawn shop would just be like taxes and stuff like that. So
yeah, and the big thing is most people that sell to us like just want the cash quick.
Exactly.
Because they could sell it themselves. They probably know that.
Yeah, and I mean, they know. I mean, especially if the ones that are going out and reaching out to you because of your ads, they know what they're getting into. They know what they're doing, because most people don't know that we exist, right? So only certain people that know, let's go to Craigslist and see who's buying my phones. Those are the kind of people that know exactly what, like what the deal is. So.
Yeah.
But are you having a tough time in negotiating? Are you getting a good amount, or?
Yeah, I try to do like 5 a week. So like almost every day I try to get a phone.
Yeah, that's good.
Right now I'm doing, last month I did a little over 2,000 in sales.
Okay.
My margin was pretty low.
Okay.
I had like a 19% margin on that.
Okay.
But that's mostly because I offer too high and then I don't end up getting the price.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people that it's hard to appraise a phone's value in the beginning. I understand that. But again, if I appraise a phone too high, which I do a lot of the time, not as much anymore, but if I appraise it too high, like I don't try not to feel guilty. I know a lot of people feel guilty, like, oh, I should buy it, I'm still gonna make money, but you have to value your time, right? If it's just, if you're gonna make 20, 30 bucks on a phone, especially if it's a higher priced phone, it's just not worth your time. So
yeah,
I mean, you learn that as you go, but
phone where you could be using it for better investments.
Exactly. So, or be earning interest on it, whatever it may be. So.
And I'm just curious, what kind of numbers were you doing in your like first months of flipping phones?
Yeah, so I mean, I've honestly done better every single month, which is kind of was my goal, was just knowing that I could do better. And it wasn't just like I didn't know what I was doing. It's just, one, I didn't have the capital in the beginning, and two, I mean, I was nervous to buy a lot of phones, which I imagine most people are. So like for me, my first month, I think I did like $500 in profit, and that was on like 3 phones, I think, like that. Like my first phone, I told you in my YouTube videos a couple times, but it was literally an iPhone 7 Plus. I didn't know what an IMEI was. I didn't know what an iCloud was. I didn't know anything, like ESN, whatever it may be. I didn't know anything. And so I posted an ad in literally 15 minutes. The guy, like, I watched one YouTube video, put a Craigslist ad up. The guy hit me up, and it being just like a 7, I think it was a 7 or 7 Plus, brand new in box. I was like, oh great, this is super cheap. Like, why isn't everybody doing this? Obviously it was financed, didn't know that, sent it up, sold it on eBay, and then the guy ended up filing a return, so I was like, yeah, whatever. And then he was like, you know what, I'll figure out what to do with it. So that's probably the easiest money I've ever made. Like, that was the luckiest thing ever, but like, it's so funny looking back. Hey, what is up, guys? So it is currently about 4 o'clock right now. It's been a couple hours since I ended up doing that live call with, as known as the Financial Wolf. Really cool kid, had a really good call, so I hope you guys enjoyed that content. Just to kind of update you and kind of finish the video since it's already pretty long. Today I ended up selling an iPhone 7. I bought it for $300 a couple days ago. You guys probably, if you've watched my videos, you've seen. And then I ended up selling it. I bought it for $200 and I sold for $300 this morning. Simply $100 profit, nothing wrong with it. Just 128 gigabyte iPhone 7 with T-Mobile. So I ended up using that $300, and I wasn't gonna buy any phones today just because I have a lot of work to do other than phone flipping. But I ended up just scrolling through OfferUp, found an iPhone 8 Plus 256 gigabyte AT&T. He just couldn't pay it off, so that's fine, bad ESN. So I ended up buying it for that 300. Just you literally use that 300 right back at the phone. So this is honestly how you guys are going to grow your kind of grow your income and just in a sense your profits, using the money you have to buy other phones. Using the money you've gotten from other phone profits to go ahead and buy newer ones. So this phone, I honestly don't know. I can't tell you the price about it. It was like a really quick transaction. He needed to meet right now, and I didn't want to risk it getting taken because it is 256 gigabytes, which is pretty hard to come by in today's day and age with these iPhone 8 Pluses. So it's probably gonna, I'm looking to make hopefully about 200 bucks on it. Don't really know yet, but I think I should, just based on what I know I can sell the 8 Plus 64 gigabyte with, and it is AT&T, which does raise the value a little bit, because usually AT&T and Verizon are the two that will give you some decent amount. It'll raise the value a decent amount compared to the other one. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm not going to be going too much longer. Literally the rest of the day, I'm just going to be kind of planning out to this week's kind of videos, any meetings that I have, and obviously I'm reaching out to other people to bring them on this channel and share content, like I did today, just kind of bringing you that live consulting call. So if you made it to this far in the video, I definitely appreciate you, and if you haven't liked the video yet, definitely hit that little like button, and if you haven't subscribed and not in the family, hit that little subscription button down below. I'd really appreciate the support. With that said, I hope you guys are finishing your weekend great, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.